Let's look at probability, empirical probability. What's the probability that this happens?
Maybe the poor first putt was still in his mind and he didn't give this his full concentration, but it's no more than 10, 11 inches.
Oh my goodness. A pro golfer misses a 10-inch putt. Well, first, what do we mean by probability? Probability is a number between 0 and 1 that we assign to the likelihood of a particular event. We will use the symbol P of E to represent the probability that an event E occurs. If E is impossible, then P of E equals 0. If E is certain, then P of E equals 1. But playing golf is not like flipping a coin or picking a card. I can calculate the probability that I'll get 2 heads if I flip a fair coin 3 times without ever actually flipping it by using this principle. Suppose there are n equally likely outcomes. Yeah, we talked about that before. But that doesn't work when you're talking about golf or basketball. We need a different formula when we cannot calculate this theoretical probability. Here's the formula we'd use. Suppose that an event E may occur when we perform an experiment. The probability, the empirical probability that E occurs is the number of times E occurred when the experiment was performed over the number of times the experiment was performed. So here's an example. Shaquille O'Neal was one of the worst free throw shooters in NBA history. If he attempts a free throw, what is the probability that he makes it? Let me show you this one. Here's Shaq.
With this love fest that has broken out here at Staples.
Oh my goodness. That was embarrassingly loud.
I could hear that.
Okay. So, again, you would calculate P of E. It's the number of times E occurred when the experiment was performed over the number of times the experiment was performed. How many times over the course of his many years in basketball, many years in NBA basketball, did Shaq perform this experiment? Well, he made 5,935 free throws out of 11,252 attempted, which means he was a 527 free throw shooter. Namely, he made about 53% of his free throws. So that's how we'd calculate the probability that he makes the free throw. Here's an interesting example. If a woman gives birth to a child, what is the probability that the child has Down syndrome? Well, it's about 1 in 800. But it actually depends heavily on the age of the mother. Notice that when the mother is 20 years old, the probability is about 1 in 1667. And it gradually rises over the years. By the time she's 29 years old, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that a baby born to her will have Down syndrome. By the time she's 35, it rises to 1 in 385. By the time she's 40, it's about a 1% chance, 1 out of 106. By the time she's 47 years old, there's a 1 in 18 chance. And if she's 49 years old, there's a 1 in 11 chance that a baby born to her will have Down syndrome. So again, getting back to the example we saw earlier, what is the probability that a pro golfer misses a 10-inch putt? One statistician analyzed this, looked at the success rate of golf putts as a function of distance from the hole. So this x-axis over here, so the x-axis, that tells you the distance in feet. The y-axis is the probability of success. So notice where we're at. Whoops, sorry. Here's where we're at. We're about over here. So we're about the probability of, so x is about, so x in this case is about 1. I'd say 1's about there. And it's hard to tell where this is. But, you know, it looks like it'd be pretty close to 1. And yet, you can never really be certain of these things, can you?